What's going on, guys? We're just waiting for people to join in. We'll get started on some work. I got this new Traxxas stand over here. Thank you all for joining in. Let me know how my audio sounds. I'm using AirPod, so if it sounds too close or if the audio is very clear, or if you like iPhone audio better, let me know. I can switch over. Hey, Remote, how you doing? Oh, that's not your name, Remote. I think that's. I don't know why it comes in like that sometimes. Hope you're doing well. It is a remote control car. This is my controller over here. Modded out with a few extra things. Arabic, yeah, it's Arabic. Yep. What does that mean? Or is that your name? We'll be another couple minutes, guys, till we get started working. It's not really about politics. I mean, this I put this on way before, not way before he's in office. This is it, whatever it was. You can do whatever you want, dude. They're just stickers. You can do whatever you want, Nate. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll get started. We got 10 people on consistent. Thank you for staying on. You can leave a like, Nate. You know, it's not. You can do whatever you want, dude. So yeah, we'll take the body off. These are just stickers. Obviously, if you get offended, that's too bad. Like ridiculous. All right, so let's get right into it. So we have our XRT out here on the table. We just got our new Traxxas stand over here. You can see this is our Traxxas X truck stand. Nice, pretty tall. I have it with the logo facing the opposite way. It's able to spin 360, and you can also lock it in place so it doesn't move. That's pretty cool. And yeah, so now we can get started on doing some work on our XRT. So what I'm going to be doing is balancing the tires. So right now, what I'll do is hook this up. Let me go ahead here. I'm just going to remove your comment, Nate. It's gonna ruin the live. You can leave your comment off my live. But it's all good. So let's go here. So we got that plugged in. Let's get our remote control and let's turn this on. So I'm going to show you is back here. Hey Anthony, thank you for the nice comment. Yeah, thank you. It's a lot of work that, keeping all these RC cars maintained, organizing all the different stuff. I just cleaned my whole table, so I got a nice clear working space. Let's stop waffling while I'm have the fans going. So what I'm doing is checking here. I have to probably lower this down. Let me move this light over here too. That's probably better. Oh, that's way too bright for me at least. All right. So I have the wheel here in the frame. I have it suspended. You have to be very careful when doing this. You want to make sure the whole car is not touching anything. Like actually, that was just touching that drape I have back there. So I'm gonna move it closer towards me. And let's see here. So if you notice, good. Okay, we're connected. We're gonna go slow. You can see how much the back tire is wobbling. So I need to figure out what's going on and fix that. I also want to put the through pins back over here. You can see how the retainer popped off over here. And I need to I have the through pins. I'll show you guys those in just a few seconds. But that's happening on the two rears. I do have them extended on each side. So you can see I have the hot racing. I'm going to take those off. I think I'm going to put the ones that aren't bent in the rear here. And I'm going to put the regular length ones in the front. So it's going to be a shorter um, wheelbase in the front and like a wider wheelbase in the rear. So we'll see how that looks and operates, and we'll get started. So thank you all for joining and liking. Rude MTV, thank you for the double thumbs up. Frenzy Fishing. Hey, remember, yes, I do remember you, Frenzy Fishing. Hope you're doing well. Anthony, I'm gonna pin your comment. You are nice. So let's pin message. There you go. And I don't recommend any of you guys donating to me, even though I just got the donation status. I realized I got my first donation the other day um, from a kid named Caden. He has a YouTube channel. It's Caden. Oh, what's his name? Catch you later fishing. He donated 9.99 to me, and I looked in my analytics, and it's literally showing only $4 and like 90 cents. So YouTube literally takes more than 50% of what you donate. So I don't recommend doing that if anyone is thinking about doing it. I don't recommend it, but you do whatever you would like. If you did not know that, now you know. So yeah. Um, let's see here. Kissing Frenzy said, Keep up the good work. Thank you." So yeah, let's stop waffling and let's get into it. So I just organized my table, and we're gonna also be balancing my RC car tires too. Oh man, that's tight. There we go. These are the belted sledgehammer tires off of the XRT or the X Max Ultimate. Those down here on the floor. So we're gonna be taking these off. This is what I'm assuming is what is wobbling. It's either that this is right here is bent. Let me see if that's it. Yeah, this right here is bent right here, or if the bearing might just be bad. That could just be the bearing, and that's why it's wobbling. Or it could be that this is actually bent, or could be the wheel is bent, which it's not. So not going to be that. I'm also going to be taping up the holes over here so no water gets in these because I am going to be planning on doing that. And these also the belted ones, so they do not expand all too much. So I am going to be cleaning those and putting some tape, and I'm also going to be balancing them. So I am going to have to clean them perfectly anyway. So let's test this one more time actually before. Um, let's take off all the wheels first, and then I'll do a power test and see if the axles are wobbling, and then we'll go through. Hey, let me know how the audio is, because I'm on an AirPod. I usually do the regular iPhone audio, so I'm on an AirPod now. So please do let me know how that is. If the audio is too clear talking, or do you like hearing more RC car noises, or if you hear any RC car noise, it's just my voice. So let me know. I'd like to hear all the feedback. Move this a little closer. I'm gonna have to charge my phone too in a second. I have a portable though. So we got those off, got the wheels off. It's getting pretty close. These wheels add like a good maybe 5 to 10 pounds on this car. Crazy, these wheels are so heavy. Okay, so we got the wheels off, got the nuts off here. All right, so this is right there. So let's plug this into power and let's do a power test and let's see if the axles are wobbling, which I assume they are. All right. You know what? Oh, I can't do that. Um, yeah, okay, we'll keep going. Thank you all for watching, like, and staying on. Let's see if this is wobbling back here. So that seems pretty. Need one of those like mill gauges, one of those, I'm talking about that keeps like constant. It could be the bearing. So what we'll do now, um, I want to make like a, they don't make a wheel balancer this size. I looked everywhere for a wheel balancer for a 1/8 scale, and let alone one that can fit the wheel spline for this. So uh, I'm going to take off the axle here and use the uh, you know, the car itself to balance the wheel. So that's what we'll do. All we'll need is to, we'll undo. Let's just oh no, I want to undo the nylock. I'll do the nylock on the bottom. That's that. Again, if you could let me know how my audio is, that would be awesome. There we go. I don't need to have this on anymore either. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, let's go there. All right, so let's poke this back through. I want to do like a through pin like this for all around. So we got that out. Let's get the dog bone out. So now we got to get, oh, that was completely out of frame. You let me know this. So let's get this off. So this is kind of tricky. There's a little retainer right here. And we can, let's get a flat hit. Actually, let's use this. Oh wait, perfect tool for the job right here. Let's get this right here. There we go. I was kind of out of frame. There we go. So we use this little pick tool. We got that retainer off. Put that to the side. That came right off. Nice. Nice. And then this should slide right out. I assume actually it's the bearings that are bad and not actually the axle. It sounds like it's okay. All right, so I'm going to get some paper towels and I'm going to clean this stuff out because this is getting kind of messed up. And I'm going to put some new bearings in. It still looks good. Yep, so I'll be right back and get some paper towels. All right, so we got some paper towels. Let's get some, wish I had some cleaner or something. Just gonna get some shock fluid. All right, so let's Clean this out. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this off camera. I'm kind of might change this. I am going to put a new bearing in here. I have to take this off anyway because I want to get in here to do the through pin. Because that's been my main issue with this car is this through pin is just keeps on popping out. So I'm gonna have to do that eventually. So I'm good there. I have my XRT bearings with me. I have to grab my phone charger in a second. There you go, perfect fit. Got some fast eddy bearings. Go there. I think that is gonna solve the issue you're having. Let's do this though. Where did I put that through pin? Here. Let's see how this works as a balancer. Oh, let's go and do that. All right, guys. So I'm gonna keep on working. I kind of want to get a little bit of a better live going. I guess, turn people off about the stickers on my RC car. You think people and YouTube, can accept all views, especially ones of our president. It's interesting. All right, let's do this. See if this will be a balance. Oh yeah, that's a good balancer. What kind of car you got? What's up, Bradley Reed? Hope you're doing well. This is an XRT. So it does looks like there is a wobble. Let's get this fully seated. So then we know that the wobble isn't because the wobble's about the same here. So you got one. Nice. Yeah. So look here. What I'm going through when I was running the car at low speed, it's fine. But when I floor it, the tire wobbles. Now it's not wobbling as much. No, it's still wobbling. I don't know if you can see that. The stickers are great. Yeah, right. Thank you for joining on. Someone got a fan. I deleted the comment. I should have kept it on there. Uh, someone didn't like the stickers I had on my body. like ridiculous. Um, so yeah, I hope you're doing well. So I'll explain again what I'm doing since we got some people on that are new. So I am balancing, well, I'm going to balance the tires, but right now I am trying to figure out this wobble that I'm having. And I'm thinking it's the axle that I'm using because I'm using a hot racing steel axle that's extended by 40 millimeters. So let's get this off. And to balance my wheel, all I did was I removed the stub axle or the dog bone over here. Oh, I need to get my door locked over here. But let's go ahead and go through here. So what we need to do is take this back off. Let's get our pick. Thank you for liking again. Let's move this a little over. Let me move this a little over this way too, so a little bit more in the picture. That's probably better. Yeah. How's the audio right now? I'm using an AirPod. I usually go on my phone. Oh, that went all the way across my room. Probably not going to find that for a long time. So this is what I think is bent because we put new bearings in. Wasn't the bearings. Bearings were not the issue. It is this right here. This is slightly bent, and you can see this is 25 millimeters longer. So, I mean, I didn't really expect anything different. XRT, nice and clear audio. Thank you. And I kind of got to be a little bit quieter now. So, cool. Thank you for letting me know. So we got this off over here, the hot racing one. We have some new parts. We got, oh, this is Vidavon. I'm going to do this later. This is the wrong part. I saw the drive shaft. This is the center uh, drive shaft, the dog bone style, or not dog bone, they're like CVD style. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna be putting those on. Probably not tonight. It's getting pretty late. Let's go and do this though. So we have these are GPM dog bones and also uh, GPM stub axles over there. Bring back manufacturing to America. Yeah, I know. It's very true. This is from China. But this is this hot racing. That's from China too. But uh, what's it called? Vidavon ones are okay. Well, Vidavon's from China too. M2C is like really the only one, but like it, we gotta you know you gotta be a better price. M2C stuff is just way too pricey for me, and all this RC car stuff breaks. Um, and I don't see myself like wanting to buy replacements of M2C stuff, especially the way I send my cars. Like if I crash it into a wall, like anything's gonna bend and break, and rather it be you know a couple $100 than like not a couple like under $100 rather than like couple $100 over that. So definitely don't want to do that. But I definitely do agree. So yeah, so let's continue on. So let's get these out of the package. These are really nice, actually. Comes with I got these for $45 on eBay. Comes with the extra aluminum hexes over here. Don't really need them, but good to have extra. Came with the extra pins over here and grub screws. It's a grub screw lock. What's the grub screw for? Oh, I think the grub screws for this. Instead of that retainer, I think this uses a grub screw. Oh, maybe not. I don't see it. Wonder what that grub screw is used for. All right, so that's now garbage. And put that there. So we got this. Let's compare this to the other hot racing one. Fishing and POG. You got any more hobbies? Yeah, no, this yeah, fishing and RC right now, and also being outside, all that stuff. So yeah, let's stop waffling. I need to. Any other questions? Let me know. But I need to get back into what I'm doing. So it's gonna be an hour long stream. So this is a hot racing. You can just see the. He gets on a roll on peacock bass. Yeah, I get a whole bunch of peacock bass. Thank you. Yeah, so this is a hot racing. This is already wider, and this is the GPM one. This is actually much beefier than I thought. I might get another set of these because these are a lot better and thicker than the stock ones, which are on the front. So this seems to be fine. So I think I'm gonna put. I've only had problems with the rears bending, so I'm gonna put the GPM one in the rear. I put the hot weight racing one in the front, but I want to put the shorter stub axles. You can see that's the long stub axle I want to take off that I think is wobbling. That's that one. Let's test the wheels too. So let's pop this out. Sorry if I'm talking too much too. I'm like trying to be entertaining and explaining what I'm doing, but I might be doing the opposite. So just let me know. So we got that off. Let's put this in here. And then let's get this and put this there. The XRT wheel. All right. Still looks like it's wobbling. It might be just be the tire. I can definitely balance it though, like this. All right. All right. So let's what do you fish for? I go for peacock bass and like really any freshwater fish here in Florida and then really any saltwater fish too. So really anything. Um I like kind of like know what I'm doing. Yes, I assume I know what I'm doing on my RC cars. So let's balance the wheel. So let's do a nice little spin and see where this lands. Well, actually, I need to get all these little bits off the tires. I need to get everything cleaned before I do any balancing. I need to really take the time and do this. I can't rush. Drop that on the floor. That is a good way to balance your tires, guys. Just take off the dog bone in the rear, put everything up and mount it, and just spin the tire. Definitely a good way of balancing. You don't have to buy a tire balancer. I got one on Amazon. Did not work at all. Tire was too big to even fit on the not the I didn't get one for the XRT. I got one for the smaller car, and it's like it was a piece of junk. Uh, so what do I do next? So now that I know that's good, I don't need to drive the XRT anytime soon. So I'm gonna put this aside, and I'll keep on going and see if I need to like buy anything. That's kind of what I'm gonna go through and do right now because I'm getting pretty tired. So that I know is going to be okay. However, it's going to work out there. I want to put these in over here. I want to put these through pins in the back over. These are too long. These ones over here go in the back. So these pins stop popping out. Those retainers keep on falling off, and I really hate them. I was thinking about sanding the pins down slightly so I can put just like a regular screw cap on there, but I'm not quite too sure what to do. Wobble in the hub. Yeah, I'm getting the wobble in the hub over here. I think it could be the wheel, or it could be, the I'm not sure what it could be, but I am going to want to do the pins on here. But I'm gonna stop talking because I have other things that I want to show you guys. So let's go here. All right. So just to show you some things that I got the aluminum servo horn over here from Traxxas, official Traxxas one. Put that off to the side for now. I got the official Traxxas servo saver. I assume this is going to be the best servo saver for the XRT. I looked at a lot of different parts out there. This isn't 7075 like it would be from like Vidavon or like GPM or companies like that, but I think that the plastic servo horn or the servo saver horn, like the gear, how the servo saver works, I think is going to be much better. I think it's like a Delrin plastic rather than like aluminum on aluminum. I don't think that's the best for a servo saver, so that's why I got this, and I'll let you know how that is. And then we have what we already mentioned a minute ago is the Vidavon center drive shaft over here upgrade. Oh, my phone's on 1%. I need to get my charger. Let's see. I was offline too much. Let's go there. Let's get this. Oh, nice. I got my phone plugged in. Damn, it was really close. All right. So yeah, moving on. So another thing, this is probably like an unnecessary upgrade, but I got this GPM. Yep. All right. So we got this GPM servo saver, not servo saver, the GPM servo cover over here. It's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna be ending the live here. It's getting pretty late, kind of talking too much. I need to think about what I'm gonna do on the car because I have my XRT and then I have a Sledge that I'm working on too. So I have to kind of play those out. But yeah, if there's any other questions, please do let me know. Happy to answer. Let's keep on working here. I think I'm gonna have to take this off. Let me get my electric screwdriver. I'm not sure of how I need to get that through pin through here. I know I have to take this whole thing off to get that in. It's like the one that you need to do, but like the hardest one to even get to. We need to take the bottom off. Mm, definitely not a good idea to do that, probably. No, let's get that back up on here. Let's take off the wing like this. Oh, that's screw stripped, so that's not going to happen. I'm going to have to get the sender off anyway, so let's take this off. Let's get this out of the way. Ooh, that's a lot of dirt inside the chassis. Have to do this whole thing first. Taking out the sand from inside the screw head. I don't have a lot of sand. Yeah. There you go. That's what I've noticed sometimes if you don't get a screw fully seated, just give it a little tap and it'll go right there. We'll put this crossbar over here out of the way. Okay. Now we got that off. Get this. Get that. Mhm. And this should be able to slide right off. Perfect. That's good. And this came out of here. Yeah. So cool. We got the rear spoiler and wheelie bar off over here. All right. So now, next part of the project. Let's get this back top side. Oh my gosh, this car is so heavy. All right. So now you got a better look. So what we're gonna do is we want to put the pins back here, but we have to try and access the other side to get the like, is this gonna be like a dual, like a bolt and nut on the end? These are just pins, so I have to figure how that's gonna work. Let's get this out of here. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to take off the shock. I'm gonna have to take off this whole top. Yeah. Hmm. I think that's what's gonna have to happen. Oh, you're on side now. Oh, you didn't realize the chat and video weren't synced. That's funny. Yeah, it happens. YouTube has been like really weird. I watched your live earlier, and I well, I asked you if you saw the new LMT 2.0, but while you're thinking about that, I was when I was watching your live, it like cut in and out. It's probably your connection where you were, but it's like really weird how it chooses to do that sometimes, or like completely stops the live. All right, so we got those out. Gotta get the pins. Thanks for understanding. Yeah. Did you see the new low C LMT? Grave Digger and the Son of a Digger? They're pretty cool. Really considering getting one. Really cool RC cars. We got those out. Let's take this off too. I really had issues with this one actually. Let's take this off though. This one actually we can't get the pin. I don't even do this one. I haven't had any issues with the bottom ones I'm doing. So we're gonna leave that just the way we found it. We just gotta worry about this top one right here. So you can also replace this arm too, but it's perfectly fine. What we want is this and that. Maybe we want these ones. That has the screw on that side. Um, oh yeah, the son of a is your choice. Yeah, I'd probably get the son of a too. Son of a digger. The Funko is really getting people worked up. Yeah, I really don't think it's like, yeah, like sure it's a cool scale car. I just I would just get the XRT though. You know what I mean? For less money. I mean, I like the scale look, but I have a if I didn't have a UDR and I didn't have an XRT and I wanted a two-wheel drive car, I would get the Funko. But, you know, I want a four-wheel drive car. So, you know. Um, so that's that. We got that off. So we have to test this out. So we want to probably put this on this side. And this might actually be able to be mounted like this, but how do I get that pin through? I can't insert the pin and get that on there, and there's no room when I put this here to put the nut. So what I have to do is drill through here. I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I can either do that or what I was thinking is I'll just put a shorter pin in or sand down the pin that's already here. So you can see that pin, this pin is longer than the bingo. Yeah, I agree with the sandcar. You can see this pin is longer right here, and that was pushing off those little pin retainers. These little pin retainers are on the front up here and also on the bottom. I really don't like how some parts need those pin retainers. They should just make the pins flat like this because these work great, honestly. Just having a screw retaining the pin like that, I haven't had any issues. I've just had issues with those little caps on there. Let me know if you've had those issues too with those caps. Let me see if I can show you what they look like. Let's see here. I don't think I have them at my fingertips. No, I don't see it at the moment. But you know what I'm talking about, Hope. Yeah, let me know if you've had those issues. So I was thinking is I'm just gonna shave down that little bit, the extra maybe like millimeter and a half of metal on the pins, and just put the screw right in. I think that's probably gonna be my best decision. Mm. I think that's what I'll do. I'll have to take this off, take the pin out, and sand that down. I'll take the arm off and use that as a guide. I don't want to mark it, I'd rather sand it down. And I don't mind sacrificing one of these arms. Okay, I have a plan there. I'm not going to use a sander tonight. Bad idea to use a belt sander when I'm tired. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And let's go and do this. And do that. So you have to do this pin too. These bottom ones I could access, but you need to take the whole thing off. I'm not going to do that. Take this off over here. I need to do this. I wanted to replace this arm with the blue one. I don't know if I want to do that though. What do I want to do? Because I want to take these off too. I have to take that off. I have to take the whole front end. I'm just getting into a whole big can of worms when I'm taking apart this car. Okay, so let's get those. We just gotta take the whole car apart, honestly, at this point. That always happens to you with the pins popping off, those little retainers. I'm, like, tired of buying them. Like, they're cheap, but, like, ridiculous. I have to do them all the time. I should have remembered where I put those screws. I don't know how much longer I got in me to work on this RC car. Alright, I recommend screwing the screws back and putting the screws back in the original holes you got them from. So we have the rear off. We have the front off. We don't need to do anything else on the bottom. We'll do the center later. The servo, because I have to do the servo saver with I need the whole front end off. So that we can do next. Um, you might want to take those arms off, but I think that's okay for now. And this would be easier if I didn't have my batteries in the car. Definitely so. See, these ones up here aren't really too much of an issue, but I might do the same thing up here. All right, so the reason why I'm taking off this one here, I'm gonna use this one as a measurement piece because this is kind of worn in over here, so I want to take that out. Real, it's late there. Yeah, it is. It's almost midnight. So let's got this off so I can use a sander probably tomorrow morning if I have time to sand that. And then have that on. I really like these mud guards because that basically puts a retainer on those front pins. These have been working pretty well. Um, this is a pretty cool upgrade in case you haven't seen this. I thought about, oh, I saw those cloth covers for those people that put on like on their shocks. I found that if you get 1.5 inch bike inner tube and oil them up with like WD-40, you can slip them over the shocks and they look really, really cool like this. So I like that. Um, let's see if there's anything else I can do before I hit the hay. We have that. We're gonna take the fronts off. You can see how skinny those front drive shafts are compared to the CPM one we got just now. Look at that difference. I'll even put this in the rear. Look at that difference right there, guys. The Sledge has metal braces in the A-arms. No, the Sledge, I don't have those metal braces inside. I want to order those. I saw them on eBay. They make aluminum in pieces for them. I have my Sledge right behind me. I might put the Sledge on the table just so you guys can see it for a minute. It does look nice with the blue over here. Oh, with the shock. Yeah. So I got that. Let's put the Sledge on the counter. Put this behemoth out of the way. All right. Let's get the Sledge. This is a lot more manageable. This is getting pretty heavy now too. Ooh, there we go. Here's the Sledge, guys. We have aluminum over here. These are no name off Amazon. These are VG Racing springs, Vidovon retainers, 3D printed front bumper, RPM front bumper, stainless steel tie bars from Hot Racing over here. Um, we have a perfect pass servo. We didn't really get to test out too much yet since our motor burnt out. Oh yeah, those inserts I think you were talking about are these like plastic pieces over here. They're plastic. Everything's plastic on the arms, but you could get metal on there. But the arms on the Sledge are pretty nice. I really like the Sledge platform. I really recommend it if you don't have one. Only thing you'll need to upgrade is really the chassis is the main thing. And then, everything else is kind of just like wear and tear. You want to upgrade like the diff cups and of course pinion and spur. But it's really that's about it. There's really no upgrades you need on here. It's all cosmetics on the Sledge, really. Yep. So I'm getting pretty tired. Don't really know what else to talk about. So you all have a great evening or day wherever you are in the world. And yeah, peace out. Hope you all continue to drive RC, go fishing, and whatever other hobbies you enjoy, keep on doing them because that's what makes life fun. So you all have a good one. Peace out, y'all. Looking into it, but I like watching yours. Yeah, keep looking at the Sledge here. I'll put it through its paces and I'll give you the go ahead if you should. Have a good one.